I'll try to keep this short as much as possible, as I'm not very good at grammar. But as you have read the title, I discovered my GF, 27F, had cheated on me, 27M. We had been together for less than a year, and we were planning on moving in together. I eventually found out when she wouldn't let me come visit her as frequent and started talking to me less. Obvious red flags, and I hate to say, but I stalked her one time with a friend in his car to her apartment and saw another guy I didn't know go into her apartment. I tried to stay as calm as I could as I knew I needed evidence, but I couldn't help myself and went up to knock on her door an hour in. I knocked a couple times and no answer until finally I called her and she answered. I asked her what she was doing in a shaky voice, and she said she was asleep when I woke her up. I knew this was a lie, obviously, as it was only 10:30, and she usually doesn't go to sleep until 1, because our usual ritual if we don't see each other is we FaceTime each other until one of us falls asleep. But I couldn't contain my anger and hurt anymore, and I knocked on her door, while also saying over the phone that I know she's hiding a guy in her apartment, and if she doesn't open the door and explain herself, I was done with her. And before I got done talking over the phone, she opened the door, and she appeared in a big T-shirt with nothing else underneath. Very uncommon for her, as when we don't FaceTime, she's usually in pajamas. She asked me why am I here at her door, accusing her of sneaking someone in. And I said for her to prove in, and she let me in the apartment. I couldn't find anyone. But right then my friend sent me a text with a vid of some guy who was shirtless and pants hanging climbing out of her side window and hopping out and running to the other end. It was obviously her window as her apartment. As I was knocking and trying to call her, I was also shown in the shot my friend took. Anyways, I showed her that evidence and she broke down crying. Her lame excuse was she felt pressured by her girlfriends to go to the club and dance with other guys, and she just couldn't resist. I asked her if he was the only one and how many times has it been. She swears it's the first time, but I know she's lying. She then grabs my arm tightly and looking up from a kneeling position and says that she will let me cheat on her with one girl, and it could be anyone I want. She even offered to have me sleep with one of her girlfriends if I wanted to. Disgusted, I took her hand off, and I left. She has been calling me nonstop since then, and it has been 4 days. I know I'm going to dump her, but I'm still very much blinded by rage. I want her to hurt, but if she's offering her friends just like that, would it even be worth it? Should I just ghost her? Should I pick her mom or her sister? Should I tell her family? So many questions going on in my head,